TRVL looks really strong. Yeah. I've been telling people it's been strong. I mean, I if anyone missed my analysis on TRVL yesterday, then I highly recommend for you to go and have a look. Yeah, it's slightly longer than normal when it comes to TRVL, but I've got a couple of ideas. I've called it the TRVL updated Elliott wave count and corrective ideas. Okay, so I spent a good part of nearly an hour to come up with two corrective ideas for TRVL, and there might be many more other ideas. I'm just kind of imagining two ideas. The caveat is that we could always, and this is the thing, while I've come up with two corrective ideas, and my thesis on these ideas is that there's trap liquidity in this kind of upper range, and I'm not expecting an impulse because there's resistance levels that needs to be cleared of trap liquidity. Naturally, if someone entered TRVL for the first time at 9.6 cents or 7.2 cents or whatever, they may be thinking of closing their position at break even when if the price gets back to their entry point. Yeah, so that's always a real problem for going up if people bought and the price goes down. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm kind of contemplating more of a corrective period. But it's just two ideas that I presented. There's a million more potentially, and the price could always do that. Yeah, so just because I'm not necessarily contemplating that right now, the price can always do that. Yeah, I'm not expecting the price to do this, but the price can always do anything. You have to be aware. So in the same way that I'm not expecting the price to do this, I'm not expecting the price to do this, but it can. I know it can. I'm fully aware that the price can do anything. So whenever I suggest something, it's an idea. That's all it is. It's partly speculation, but it's calculated speculation based on technical analysis and technical tools which have proven effective in the past for me and for other people. And so here we're looking at a really nice trend line break after such an intense sell-off from the high that's been put in at about 11.5 to 12 cents. We've had an amazing amount of selling, and finally we've kind of found a little bit of support, right? I've been talking about TRVL coming into support for the last few days. So if you haven't been watching, that's fine. Sometimes you can get all that you want just from my titles. So if you go and have a look, if you haven't got time to watch, sometimes you can get all the information from my titles. Look, TRVL coiling up for a big explosive move. TRVL held the first line of support. Are we going up now? TRVL is a buy. So 4 days ago, I said TRVL is a buy. The price is at the 200-day moving average. Then I contemplate a failed auction, and then I explain that there's massive strength. Could this be the turning point? Okay, so sometimes you might not have a bit of time to watch my videos. I fully accept that. I don't expect you to get bored stiff watching me every day. But 4 days ago, I said TRVL is a buy, and look, ever since I did that, look what's happened. TRVL is up 14%. Yeah, so I'm not making this up. I'm just kind of commentating on what I'm seeing, and I'm trying to kind of give people a little bit of confidence excuse me, in their decisions. So the analysis that I did yesterday was kind of an updated Elliott wave kind of count, and effectively let me just bring it up so you can have a look. I was just trying to recount the whole lot. Okay, I was just trying to recount it. So I go through the logic of where I'm imagining the count, and it's quite complicated. Elliott waves, it's not complicated in the sense that it's not complicated, but it is complicated. It's easy, the rules are easy, but it's complicated to be able to see what is what, like trying to calculate the waves and the patterns and the corrective moves and the impulsive, trying to see what's impulsive, trying to kind of make it all work. It's not as straightforward as people think. In the past, I have kind of suggested that maybe that was the beginning, but now I'm thinking to myself, maybe that was the beginning, okay? And that would make the beginning at about 3.1 cents. And actually that probably makes a lot of sense, because that is the volume. It's kind of at the point of control. Wait, is it? Should be. Here it says value area low. I don't know why it says value area low. Should be the point of control. Let me just check that one more time, because I'm a bit baffled as to why it says value area low. Let me just do a volume pool on that. Okay, yeah. So the point of control is actually, oh wow. So we have, so this is actually an interesting development. What can I say? Wow. I haven't even noticed this. This is fresh. So this is updated news, so to speak. So I've just done a volume range pool on the overall range again, okay, and the point of control has moved again, you know. So this is quite interesting. So I just want kind of to make people aware of this, because I think because before, I remember I said that the point of control was at 3, it was here basically, look, at 3, like 3.1. you see this big volume node here. It's hard to see, but I'd have to increase the row size. Let me increase it so maybe it'll be easier to see. It'll take a little bit of seconds, yeah, to load. You see how you've got this volume profile, and you've got this kind of big node here. That used to be our point of control. So in the past, that was the highest volume node in this whole range, okay? And so I do track volume levels, right? And now what I can see, so this is really interesting. So the value area moved up and the point of control moved up. So before this was the point of control, and the point of control moved up to 5.8 cents. And now when I've just redid the profile, the value area lows moved down a little bit. This previous point of control is still there, but I could mark it off as some sort of high volume node. Okay, so let me just mark that off as a high volume node. And now what you can see is that the point of control has actually moved down. It's shifted. Okay, it's shifted to lower, and guess where it is? It's now beneath the price. Look, so the point of control is now moved from about 5.8 cents to 5.1 cents. Okay, so that's actually quite a bullish development, yeah, because we've moved the point of control lower than the current price. That's actually quite bullish when you think about it, because usually the point of control will act as support and resistance, but we've now moved it to lower. And when you look at the current price action, not only have we been able to flip it into support, you see that's a flip, and we've also broken out from this trend line. So I'm seeing quite a lot of bullishness in the price action right now, and moving that point of control lower is also bullish. Let me just have a look at the rest of the volume. So we still have that high volume node here at 5.8, and just got to be aware of these high volume nodes, because sometimes the price can ping pong between them. Yeah, it all depends on incoming volume. So if you can see here on the volume profile, the high volume node above us at 5.8, the volume is up to there. The point of control, the volume is up to there. So if we get to 5.8 and then we get like an injection of volume, that could also move the volume, shift the point of control back up to that node. So we're playing a little bit of ping pong with the point of control at the moment. And then obviously the value area low, high is a bit lower now. Okay, so the value area high is at about 6.8 cents. So that's the volume profile now. And now when I look at the current price action, you can clearly see that we've broken from this downtrend line. Okay, we're having a little bit of a buy up now. And when I was kind of going over the Elliott waves yesterday, definitely have a look at that if you're interested. It's a bit of a long video, I get it, so you might not have the time. But it is, if anyone has any comments or feedback, I think the wave 5 ended there. Okay. On March the 28th of March. I think that was it. And so I've done the count, and I think this is right, starting here at this high volume node, which was the point of control. Okay, so that makes sense. Like all of this at the moment makes sense. And so I'm imagining this whole arm is wave 1. Okay, so that's what this is, wave 1. And now we're in the correction, and I'm trying to work out the correction, and I'm trying to see if this is it. This is the end of the correction. So there's a few possibilities. Correction is over, and correction continues. Yeah, so if correction is over now, this is it. This is your wave 2. Yeah, we've had our wave 2. This is your wave 2. Yeah, and this is it. Correction over. And so what I'll be looking for now are impulsive waves. It's really important to see impulsive waves. If we start seeing a bit of impulse now, wave 1, wave 2 corrective, wave 3, wave 4 corrective, wave 5, that'll be your wave 1. So I want to see 5 of those waves, and they have to kind of, then I would say correction is over. So you don't really know until you start seeing those impulsive waves. Looking quite impulsive now, but let's see how this plays out. The other thing I'm contemplating, simply because we are potentially in this kind of triangle, this higher time frame triangle. It's from the all-time high through to the pivot that's been put in. So I like to create these outer trend lines. And then I'm also contemplating that correction is still continuing, and we're having a much kind of wider, kind of higher time frame correction. So I came up with 2 ideas. The first idea was some kind of ABCDE triangle. Yeah, something like that. Within the context of this triangle, I was thinking maybe we're going to have an A, B, then this is it. This is your A, B, C, D, E, something like that. Take us to the whole of summer. We're just kind of going up and down, putting in a ton of volume in this range before we get some kind of breakout. I'm not expecting down, but technically patterns can break out up and down. So I'm not expecting down, but I'm just kind of making people aware that patterns can break to the downside. I'm not expecting that. Okay, doesn't make sense in the context of the bull market. And if there is a downside, I'll be expecting a fake out to go up. Yeah, I'm still not expecting down. So if there's any kind of down, it'd be a fake out to go up. Yeah, especially since we're putting in bullish volume where we're kind of flipping levels, and we've moved the point of control back down. As long as the point of control is underneath us, it will or should act as support. Yeah, and it's underneath us right now. So you've seen that I've shown you it's underneath us. So we have basically buying now. We're buying on top of support effectively. The point of control is at 5.1 cents. So I'm contemplating some kind of higher time frame A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and we have to see how the price moves. And then the other thing that I'm contemplating is some kind of a much more bearish idea, which would be a little bit of a zigzag, yeah, taking us all the way back to almost the beginning. And I based it on a 1-to-1 of this initial move there. So one, it's like your WXY, and 1-to-1 is the furthest I would expect it to go, because it just still has to put in a higher low than this original starting point. But actually, this could also just stop at the 618, yeah, depending on how far up we go. It all depends on how high we go, because you could just stop at the 618. You go higher and then come back to stop at the 6.8. Potentially we could be doing this. So I just want to kind of give you that, guys, this could work too. So while I've got this going lower, let's just not think like that. Let's just think, okay, let's just say we go down, which we've done. Now we're going up all the way up to test that line again. And then we're coming back down to test this line, and that will be at the 618. Okay, that will be perfectly acceptable too. That will still be a zigzag. It just means the last part isn't so extended. So you go up and then you're coming down like that, something like that. Okay, and you still want to go up as an ABC. So I'd still be expecting the price to go up like an ABC, and then I would still be expecting the price to come down ABC, maybe not as extended, and it would just come back down. That would actually be quite nice, because it would also come back down into the point of control for a test. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And that would be correction over, because I'm imagining that this is your first ABC. Right, I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm just kind of speculating. ABC, so you got it here from this pivot here, A, B, C. See that? Now, potentially, you're also thinking, what you're also thinking is timings. Maybe like these timings look quite nice. So maybe I'm thinking, can I get this to work out? So there, really, isn't it? Oh, it's to there, because that was a wick. To there. I can't tell really. You want these to start at the same time. Really, you want the end to be there. Potentially, look, it's like lands on. Could that be to there actually? It's there. So Saturday. Okay, so it's a tricky one, right? It's something that I'm going to be following and keeping an eye on, right? So I just want people to be prepared for kind of some continued correction, we could just impulse out of here. I don't know. Okay, so I can't tell you. I'm certainly not selling, but I do think the next big test is going to be back at that same line. Yeah, that trend line that's now formed. That's going to be a big test. I do think possibly that there's going to be sell pressure once we come into that line again. Okay, that will be the second time from the all-time high to this pivot. That will be the third time. And the other thing that I haven't seen is obviously we've passed the point of control now. Obviously, I want to see a test and maybe also a test of this lower line because it's been front run here a little bit. Maybe we're going to get a test later on down the line. This is just some things to bear in mind. The one thing I don't want to see now, and I really don't want to see a lower low here. So I think that was nice. We've put in a lower low and we're having a failed auction. So what I'm seeing right now is similar to Bitcoin in that we're a little bit lagging. Bitcoin also did this kind of behavior, had a little failed auction and the price kind of expanded out of the lows. Bitcoin's also put in a lower low. So we've put in a lower low. Okay. And what I want to see now is this low to not be taken out, because if you do go up and you take out that low, that changes this market structure to bearish on the daily time frame. I don't want to see that. What I actually want to see, even if we have a prolonged correction, whatever, eventually what I want to see is this low that we put in to hold and for the price to expand and make a higher high. And actually then this low isn't the lower low or the higher low, it becomes this. Yeah, so you just move it. And so that's kind of what I'm imagining right now when it comes to TRVL. I think this could be quite interesting. It's quite interesting to see how the price plays out in this kind of new area, this new blank area. And naturally, I think I'm seeing a lot of bullish signs, and there's no reason to stop buying. Actually, this is actually quite bullish. We're back above that level. We're back above it, and that level is now the point of control. Yeah. So that previous low is now the point of control, and the price is back above that level. So that's actually really bullish to see that. And we've broken this downtrend. Yeah. So everything is looking good. And if you think about where we are, we're still at the low of this range. We're back into the range. This is deviation from the range. We're back into the range. This is the range. And look at where we are. We're at the lows. Yeah. So it's definitely a good place to start picking up some TRVL. And technically, I don't want to see another low. So if you want a trade plan, then, you know, that would be your trade plan, potentially up to that trend line. I don't know when we'll get there. If anyone is trading, you know, maybe to the golden pocket, you know, maybe by the time, I don't know when we're going to get there. Don't know how long it's going to take, and it's certainly not going to be in a straight line, but at some point there's be a little bit of resistance, come back for support, but eventually what I'll be looking for is a breakout. Okay, a real breakout, and make a higher high, and then we can start going higher. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on. I'm quite interested to see how this develops. All right, and so far it's looking quite good. That's TRVL. Any questions on TRVL? The other really interesting news, and I think people should be aware of this, is, let me just show you. So Binance has updated their requirements for getting onto Binance. They're starting to make some changes. And let me find it for you. So this is it. Actually, I can just pull it up. So this is what they've announced. Hold on. No, that's not it. So who was it that posted that? EBC? No, not EBC. What's his name again? It's posted on Telegram. Let's see his name. It's a person without a name. So he's posted this. See this? Some guy from Kaduna. Binance updated their listing requirements and kicked off on-chain season. A few or whatever. So this is what Binance has said. What projects are we looking for? This is the update. All sectors are welcome to apply for listings. Small to medium valuation relative to competitors in their respective sectors. Tokenomics. Significant token allocation reserved for community users. Airdrops, community rewards, and more. Moderate token float during token generation events. I don't know what that means. Less allocation to non-community use. I don't know. But effectively what Binance is trying to do now is add tokens, and I think we fit into that category. So in the past it's been difficult, mainly because of volume, but now what Binance are looking for are interesting projects. And you see here it says organic user base, sustainable user growth, a good product market fit, self-sustaining business model, minimum viable product, innovation in technology or design is preferred. I think we're going on Binance. That's the vibe that I'm getting. If Binance has updated their shit, and we kind of fit into their categories, I'm getting the vibe that we're going onto Binance. Like, buy the rumor, dude. Like, guys, buy the rumor. I'm like looking at the price now. I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing in Slurf? I'm just gonna buy TRVL. No, I'm not. I'm just joking. I love Slurf. I just took profit on my hedge, by the way, David. Why not? I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna take profit. Whatever. That's. I'm still. My position is still good. I couldn't resist taking that profit. It was quite good profit, you know. It's like, why not? Maybe who knows, maybe I was short again. So look at this. So I'm not saying we're going on Binance, but it looks like there's some good things happening, and Binance have changed some of their things to make it easier for projects like us, which totally fit into the category, to get onto Binance. Now, that's not always good news, so I don't want people to kind of like feel like, oh, we're going to Binance, buy the rumor, sell the news, because the reality is, and this is something that I just want to make you guys aware of. If I can find it, copied. So this image basically shows you, effectively it shows you all the launches on Binance since November, the 3rd of November 23, all the way through to the 13th of May. And look at the performance of all the tokens that have been listed on Binance. Of all of the tokens that have been listed, only 5 of them have ended up positive. Yeah, Ordinals, and this one, JTO, JUP, and WIF. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4. Okay, so just be aware of that. Like, obviously we want to be on Binance. The reason we want to be on Binance is because of volume, because of liquidity, because of exposure to the broader market, because a lot of people are on Binance, and it gives people an opportunity to buy TRVL, and there'll probably be a markup anyway, you know. But after launch on Binance, unfortunately, you see the performance of a lot of these tokens have been lagging. So a lot of these people have been using Binance as exit liquidity, and that's fair, but I don't think it's the right time to exit. So if people are looking for, if this does happen in the future, and I'm sure it will, and TRVL does get onto Binance, and people are looking to take profit, and I don't see any reason why not. Just remember that we're still in the bull market, and the strategy is to keep on accumulating. So if you do if we do get onto a tier 1 exchange like this, and the price does jump up 10x or whatever, and you do sell into that pump, and that's perfectly acceptable. I think just keep in mind that it would be good to scale back in, yeah, to come back in, and because I'm still expecting higher targets, I'm still expecting all-time high, and I'm still expecting $5. And honestly, if I have my way and I manage to build my YouTube following to up to 10,000 subscribers by by the by before alt season, then I'll be looking for higher prices. You know, I'll be looking for higher price. Why not? Yeah, and especially since I think Coinbase will be quite interesting. It'll be quite interesting to see if we can get on Coinbase and see if we can get BlackRock interested in Dtravel and TRVL. So this is quite some like potential some bullish developing news. Now is a really good opportunity to buy, and don't fade on this. Yeah, don't fade on TRVL. The Kevin, the community manager, he's on the ball. He's literally on the ball. I see he's posting a lot of stuff now on the Dtravel Twitter and various places. So look at this. He just posted this. You'll soon be able to discover vacation rentals you can book directly using a wide range of payment methods. Bosmaner has a number of properties in the US that can be booked with crypto. Google Pay, book now, pay later. See that? So that's really good. Look, peer-to-peer. There's a big difference between what we're building and anything else out there. Let me see this video. I've seen this. It's a bit fast. We're getting a lot of engagement with Dtravel posts. There should be more posts, huh? 3 minutes, 24 hours, maybe 20th. Look at this one. Traveling to Thailand, book direct using crypto with month stays by Gold Star Grove Group. They have 173 properties added to the Dtravel network and growing. Yeah, look at this. Amazing. Look at this. So this is a some sort of consortium of and look, they've got 173 properties in this consortium. They're called the Gold Star Group. They have their own website. This is Dtravel. This is all hosted by Dtravel. And if you click, it's not easy to see. I think they need to obviously they need to improve the map feature, but most of their properties are here in Pattaya. Look at that, Pattaya. And let's go and have a look. Let's see where we want to go. It's pretty cheap, huh? Oh, quite cheap. Go to Thailand. It's £109. Let's have a look at that one. There's a condominium. Do they have like a villa? Oh, they're all condominiums, huh? Look, condominium. We've got a lot of condominiums. These are all condominiums. What's that? Wow, a lot of condominiums, huh? So they have a lot of properties, and this is all on the Dtravel network. How amazing is that? This is their website, and now if you want to, you can just book it directly, and Dtravel will take a commission of 3%, and they'll use that commission to buy back TRVL at market prices. So this is starting to take shape. Oh, 21 night minimum. Oh my god, that's difficult. Let's have a look. Oh, it's cheaper. Look, June the 30th to August the 6th. Look how cheap that is. What's that discounts? Monthly discount. Wow. Let's have a look. Crypto. You see that? You can pay by crypto. See that? Connect wallet. If you don't have a wallet, that's fine, because Dtravel now has wallet as a service as well. Yeah. So you don't even need a wallet. Dtravel will host your wallet for you. So I think there's a lot of good things going on here. And just to think that we're at the beginning of this this endeavor. This is going to be big. It's going to be really big. I'm really excited about this. Definitely don't fade out of this. Gary, I know you wanted 3.1 with me, but I don't know if we're going to get there. I can't tell you that we're going to get there. This is looking quite bullish. Failed auction, flip, point of control has moved down. We've broken this trend line. I don't know if we're going to get that. I can't tell you. Look at all that volume. Look at that volume. That's really amazing to see. And naturally, that's something else that I've been kind of looking at on the Dtravel, is I've been looking at the volume. And, you know, we've been getting good volume. We've been getting increasing volume over the last few months. I'm going to look at historical data. It's kind of averaging at about $300,000 at the moment, and sometimes it goes up a little bit, and we have peaked at about maybe 2 million or so at certain times recently. And so what we want to do is we want to take this volume up. So everyone should definitely be looking to trade a little bit, and that's kind of what I've been saying. It's not a bad idea to buy and sell. If you feel like the price has come, you know, you made a little bit of profit, buy it, sell some, and you see when the price comes down and you see that it's finding support, buy some, you know, and then you get into resistance and you see that the price is finding a little bit of resistance, sell some. It's not a big deal, you know, to buy and sell. Just don't go crazy and don't lose your position. You know, that's the treat. That's the thing that I would say. Don't lose your position just simply because we're really at the beginning of this. Even though potentially I'm contemplating a corrective move, like I said, that could always happen. Yeah. And looking at this, and I think I mentioned this in the past, and I want you guys to be aware of it, and I don't know if this is going to play out the way I've kind of commentated on this. In the past, you know, I've said that if we don't, because before, if you remember, I was talking about some sort of Adam and Eve. That was the Adam and Eve. Okay. That was obviously invalidated because I didn't expect, like, you wouldn't expect an Adam and Eve when you're making a rounding bottom, making higher lows to then go and make a low low. Okay. So the Adam and Eve was technically invalidated. And then I said, well, it doesn't necessarily mean it becomes bearish, because you go from some sort of Adam and Eve idea to an inverse head and shoulders effectively. And so that's kind of what I was saying. I was saying doesn't mean it becomes bearish, because potentially we could be now doing that. Now it doesn't necessarily kind of fit into my corrective idea, but if we do suddenly see the price start going up now and up and up and up, and people start seeing this in massive, gigantic, multi-year inverse head and shoulders, then it's very possible that we get a huge injection of volume, get a huge pylon, which is going to push the price right up, you know. And you have a neckline break, little back test, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, I don't know, yeah, but at least in the first instance, I would be expecting that trend line to break. Yeah, which one was it? So that's why I'm kind of I'm quite mindful of that trend line. You'd want to see that trend line break first. You see that trend line break, head for the highs, you take out that high here, then I wouldn't be surprised if we have an explosive move to the upside. There are still resistance levels in the way, 17.5, 29 cents. And then you're potentially looking at an impulsive move. And those are the two areas where you might see some kind of correction for continuation, because an impulsive move is 5 waves. We're still expecting a wave 2 and a wave 4. Maybe the wave 2 will be 17.5 cents. Maybe the wave 4 will be somewhere near 30 cents. You know, it would fit into that kind of idea. But this, if this was to play out, a measured move just on this pattern, and it will probably extend, because this head and shoulders patterns are extremely explosive, and they often go much further than people expect. Just a 1-to-1 on this pattern. If this was somehow to play out on the neckline, you know, you're going all the way up to $1, but probably something like this would overextend. So I do imagine if we do get that kind of explosive move, you're probably going up much higher. You're probably going up much higher. Yeah. And the only thing that needs to happen is that we need a volume. These patterns are not relevant if there's no volume. So we would need an injection of volume to make this happen. And maybe that's going to come with some kind of an exchange launch. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I've actually passed on that tweet, that message, to the Dtravel team, you know, and so they're very aware of the changes at Binance, etc. And we just have to see how that plays out. Okay, they're very on top. They're on top of this. I know this for a fact. We were trying to get onto Coinbase. I think Coinbase. I was thinking Coinbase would happen much sooner than later, but now looking at the changes to Binance, I'm thinking possibly maybe Binance first. You know, just looking at this, I'm just thinking we literally fit this category. It'd be a very simple application, I guess. Maybe we can get onto Binance much quicker than Coinbase would be better for us, just simply because of BlackRock and institutional investments. I think there's a lot of big players out there who would love to take a big slice out of TRVL once they see everything that Dtravel has done and is doing with all of this. This is don't underestimate how incredible this is. This is peer-to-peer direct bookings. This is a big deal. Yeah, don't underestimate this. This is all peer-to-peer, and it's all on the blockchain, and it's done using smart contracts, and it's chain agnostic. And I've literally proven that this works. Yeah, literally. If you don't know, go onto my Twitter. I've done a really long thread on this. But basically, I'm an Airbnb superhost. I've been doing it. I still am. I've been doing it for years. And the proof is in the pudding. And look, through Dtravel, I've completed 18, but actually 19 now. I've gone up to 19. And this is the real world realized earnings that's come into my pocket through Dtravel. Yeah. And that's taking a market share from guess who? From Airbnb, Booking, and VRBO. Yeah. I've proven this. I know it works. And nothing's changed. Yeah. So if there's one project that you should be bullish on more than any other project, this is it. This is the most bullish project out there. And I think what people don't realize is that we're at the beginning. Yeah? And when I'm looking at this higher time frame charts, you know, I put my charting hat on, right? And I think this is bullish. I'm seeing bullishness. I've got my Dtravel, my Airbnb kind of host hat on as well. And I love the project. The project for me is really bullish. And then you put those together, and then you kind of add some, like, look at this volume in this monthly candle. Look at this. This is Bybit. We've put more volume now in this month than the previous month, the sell month. And we've just had a little swing failure of the lows right now. Yeah. There's my little tool. It's a swing failure at 5.3 cents. With all of this volume, this is really ultra bullish. Like, I'm actually just looking at it now. I'm just thinking maybe I should close all my positions and buy more of this. That's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe I should just ape in to TRVL right now. I'm thinking about that right now as we talk, because I love this. I love what's happening. Right, look at this weekly candles forming. This is a really bullish gravestone doji in the lows. is it gravestone? Dragonfly. Take the liquidity from the lows, and we're having a really nice buy up. I'm seeing so much bullish reversal here, and the key is the volume. You see the volume? The volume is the key. So it's not low volume reversal. This is a good volume. The volume in, volume out. So like really, I don't want to tell people what to do, but I'm buying more. I'm gonna buy more now. What the hell? This is madness. I love this. Yeah. Gonna ape in. I'm gonna close all my crypto positions and buy more. I'm actually just scaling in because I don't really want to move the price, to be honest with you. I'm sure someone else will move the price. It's fine. Just keep on buying. And that's how you get, that's how you get an impulsive move. You just get people aping in, market buying, just pushing the price up, because that's how you're going to get filled, because no one is selling. Obviously no one is selling, and you can tell that people were selling, but as I said, it was being absorbed. Amazing.